He took apart the magazine and pried out each bullet one by one. Then he pulled out the spring from inside. He grabbed a pair of pliers and clipped off a short piece of the spring. He threaded that piece through a bit of cotton string. Then he clamped the connection tightly with the pliers, making sure it would not come loose. Tony secured the pliers onto the string. Finally, he tore off a strip of cloth from his scarf. He slid the cloth into the spring and wrapped it tightly, shaping it into a small compact ball. Just like that, a bright lure was made. His companion Kim took the hook, still doubtful it could catch anything. But the three pilots had already been drifting at sea for 2 days, with no food and no water. If they could not find something to eat soon, all three of them would starve to death. Kim had no choice but to cast the hook into the ocean. Not long after, a fish actually bit. But before Kim could even celebrate, he realized the fish was even wilder than they were. Tony and Kim pulled with all their strength, but they could not move it at all. They were dragged toward the water along with the hook. They had no choice but to use the remaining materials to make another hook and try again. But the brutal sun made them dizzy and disoriented. Harold and Tony could only cover their heads with clothes, trying to catch a short break. But young Kim could still push through. Enduring the scorching heat, he made another hook and tossed it into the sea again. They waited a long time without a single bite. Hunger and heat kept wearing Kim down. He could not sit still anymore. He put on a life vest and dove straight into the water, trying to cool off and maybe find fish. But after swimming for a long time, there was nothing but endless ocean around him. He realized it was useless and climbed back onto the raft, trying to think of another way. But there was still no water and no food. All three of them were close to collapsing. Under the blazing sun, their bodies kept losing water rapidly. At that moment, Tony could not take it anymore. He scooped up a handful of seawater and was about to drink it. Harold stopped him immediately. Seawater would only kill them faster. It would not quench thirst at all. Those words completely broke Tony. He was already severely dehydrated. If this kept going, there would be no way out but death. Thinking of this, Kim gritted his teeth and threw the hook into the sea again, making one last attempt. This time luck finally showed up. Several small fish slowly swam near the raft, but they just circled around the hook. Seeing this, Kim completely lost it. He yanked the line back hard and pulled out a knife from his pocket. Harold rushed over, worried he might damage the raft, but Kim was too far gone from hunger. He would not listen to anything. Instead, he gripped the knife tightly and stabbed wildly into the water. All three of them froze for a moment. With no time to think, they used all their strength to pin down a shark. Kim kept stabbing like crazy. Soon the shark stopped moving, but they had no time to celebrate. They immediately cut open its belly. As soon as the blade sliced in, a pile of half-digested fish spilled out. The sight was absolutely disgusting, but they no longer cared. Kim grabbed those small fish and shoved them into his mouth. After eating, Harold stuffed the remaining meat into a sock, planning to save it for later. He also used the life vest to soak up seawater, trying to dry the raft as much as possible. But just after they finished cleaning up, something about the ocean suddenly felt off.